Welcome back to Somerset Place as we continue our discussion about the Lettice Blount home. Among the 9 enslaved persons who lived there in 1843 were 6 of Charity Blount's children. The oldest, 27-year-old Annis Blount, had a 2-year-old daughter Flora who also lived with them. Flora's father was Daniel Standen. Sadly, Flora passed away in 1858. Annis also had 2 more children born in the 1840s. The next Blount sibling documented in 1843 was 21-year-old Scylla. She married Urias, a shoemaker whom we discussed in our 3rd episode about the Juba and Sarah Martin home. The couple married in the Lake Chapel in 1848, and they had 4 children. It's not clear if the family remained at Somerset Place or were taken to Edenton, because their names were scratched off an 1850 list of enslaved people that Henrietta Collins rented to her brother Josiah III at Somerset Place. Next, we'll talk about another Blount sibling who lived here, 16-year-old Thompson. He married Matilda Cheney Cabarrus, whom we talked more about in our video about the Joseph and Matilda Cabarrus home. Thompson and Matilda Cheney had 2 children born into slavery, only one of whom survived. The young family were all taken to Franklin County during the Civil War, where Thompson was hired out to the North Carolina Railroad Company in 1863 and 1864, and to the Confederate Army's Pettigrew Hospital in 1865. After emancipation, Thompson, Cheney, and their oldest child returned to Somerset Place and settled in the surrounding area where their family grew. Back in 1843, Thompson's 3 younger siblings lived with his family in the Lettice Blount home: 14-year-old Rachel, 12-year-old Britton, and 7-year-old Zacharias. Tragically, none of them lived to see freedom like their older brother. We do know that as a young boy, Zacharias was assigned to be a playmate for the sons of Josiah and Mary Collins. The nature of their relationship is unknown, but it was one of unequal power and compulsion, regardless of whether Zacharias wanted the position. The children spent a lot of time playing together outside, even boating in the transportation canal. It was there on a cold February day that Zacharias, another enslaved playmate named Anderson, and Edward and Hugh Collins drowned when their boat capsized. Rachel died 15 years later, and then in 1863, Britton passed away while he was hired out to the North Carolina Railroad Company. In our next video, we'll continue our discussion of the enslaved community in 1843 by focusing on the house that stood next door. Until then, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with our latest videos, and we hope to see you soon.